There are so many nurses that finally make that brave decision and they decide to quit nursing, only to realize that they still feel stuck, exhausted, and unfulfilled. When I first left nursing, I also thought that walking away from the job will automatically give me peace. And it did for a while, until it did not. So you probably like most nurses who are thinking like, once I leave nursing, I'll finally be able to be happy again. But what if I told you that that's exactly where most nurses are going wrong? So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to avoid what most nurses get wrong once they leave nursing. The mistakes that leave so many nurses still burned out, still exhausted, and still unfulfilled in their lives, even after they walk away from nursing. Hey, I'm Mel, a former registered nurse turned entrepreneur and mentor for the burnt out nurse who secretly dreams of leaving nursing, but she's too scared to take that step. Here's the first mistake that I see all the time: thinking that rest alone will automatically fix your burnout. Keyword alone. I used to think this too. I thought that if I just took some time off, that would fix the burnout. But I quickly realized that burnout isn't just about the job. It's about the patterns that we carry with us unconsciously, the roles that we play that are invisible that we don't even realize we're playing. Of course, rest is a very important and essential part of the process of you healing through the burnout. But what I learned is that rest does not fix all the emotions that you have stored in your subconscious mind, stored in your body from that whole journey of you being a nurse. So you could sleep in, you could take all the vacations, the long walks that you want to. But if you keep continuing to see yourself through the lens of being burnt out, there's a saying that they say, which is that you take yourself with you wherever you go. You're going to continue to carry those habits that made you susceptible to burnout until you address the underlying cause of the burnout. The truth is that your mind is still living in survival mode. Your body is still living in survival mode. So even when you rest, it won't feel like you're resting. You're going to feel guilty for resting. You're going to feel like you have to earn it. This is so common in nurses, and it used to be common for me too. So what really helped me shift was realizing that rest is not something to be earned. It's something that you deserve, that you need in order to function properly. It's really all about reprogramming how you see yourself outside of nursing, outside of burnout, outside of that version of you who thinks that survival mode is normal, that version of you who thinks that she has to earn her rest, who feels bad when she sits down and rests. The second mistake that I see time and time again is nurses trying to rush into the next thing. And they immediately start scrambling. Maybe I should start a business. Maybe I should go back to school. Maybe I should get a degree in this. That is just another form of survival mode in disguise. That's you staying busy, keeping your mind constantly busy, keeping your body moving, keeping your body busy, so that you can avoid sitting with yourself, to avoid sitting in the discomfort of the unknown. But that pause, that quiet in between, it's required in order for that clarity to come. Clarity doesn't come when you're forcing answers and you jumping from thing to thing. You're jumping from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and you're not even giving yourself the time and the space to slow down. So when you slow down long enough to ask yourself, what is it that I need? What actually feels most aligned for me right now? That is literally when everything starts to shift from the inside out, because you're giving yourself permission to just pause and to truly reflect on where you are and where you want to go. So the third mistake that I see a lot of nurses making is trying to think their way through what's next instead of feeling their way through it. To give yourself the space to feel what feels best for you, not to only think it through, but to really feel it. So I want to shift your perspective real quick. You as a nurse are an amazing, incredible problem solver. You are literally trained to assess, to plan, to implement, to delegate, to critically think, and to act fast, and to act under pressure, to be resilient, right? But what's different now is that you have to go through a healing phase, and healing is not linear. So in order to figure out what your next chapter will look like, how you want to rewrite your story, you have to feel your way through it. You can't just assess based on past experiences. It has to come from within, from a place of alignment. How do you want to feel in your next chapter? When you wake up, when you're going to work or working on or creating a business or doing whatever it is that you're curious about. Do you want to feel joy when you wake up in the morning? Do you want to feel excited? Do you want to feel passionate about what it is that you do? And even outside of what it is that you do, who do you want to be? I did a poll on my community wall for my YouTube channel. One of the options was, what symptoms have you been feeling lately as a nurse? And somebody voted all of the above, which included irritability. And I can speak from personal experience. As a nurse, I was very irritable to the people that I love. So how do you want to be? How do you want to treat yourself? How do you want to treat the people that you love? Because at the end of the day, we're doing this all for us and for them. That's how you start a new chapter that's truly in alignment with the type of lifestyle that you want to live. So that alignment starts when you start to really reconnect with yourself, who you are beneath your scrubs, outside of your nurse identity, outside of the burnout, outside of the long exhausting shifts, outside of the expectations of everybody else and what they want you to do, who you are underneath all of the junk and stuff and trauma that has been piled on top of you throughout your nursing journey. Who are you outside of that? So those are the top 3 mistakes that I see nurses making time and time again. And those are some of the mistakes that I made myself when I first started my journey out of nursing and transitioned into entrepreneurship. So if this resonated for you, I made a free masterclass that'll help you figure out if you should stay in nursing or if it's time for you to leave nursing without guilt, without regret. No more second guessing this decision. It's taken up enough mental space in your head, which is adding to your stress. So the time is now to get that clarity that you've been craving. My masterclass will help you do that. Link in the description box. So if you're a nurse who's been burned out, exhausted, overwhelmed, and secretly wondering if you are meant for something more, but you feel trapped and you feel stuck in your nurse role, your nurse identity. You feel terrified to even admit to yourself that you want to quit nursing. The problem is not that you don't have what it takes. You just need the space to gain clarity, to heal, to process, and to rewrite your story, and the confidence to move forward on your own terms. That's exactly what my 4-week Confidence to Quit Nursing signature program helps you with. So you can know exactly how to move forward. You can find that link in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know below in the comments what resonated with you the most from this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you are a nurse who's interested in creating a life that she loves outside of nursing, subscribe to my channel and I got you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.